Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be taking a look at an article from W Magazine that was published on October 24th and is written by Brooke Marine. Rosie O'Donnell breaks her silence on Donald Trump. I seriously worry whether I will be able to live through his presidency. I mean, just looking at the title alone can go to show you how delusional Rosie O'Donnell is. Even today, goes to show how delusional this author here, Brooke, is. I mean, and it just only gets worse as we get into the article here. As someone who's always been outspoken, and especially so about her politics, it's been an unexpectedly quiet year for Rosie O'Donnell. Donald Trump has publicly feuded with and bullied O'Donnell since December 2006, when she called him a snake oil salesman during a segment on The View, on which she had a brief run as co-host. Okay, where do I start with this section here alone? First off, Rosie did more than call him a snake oil salesman. She ran her mouth about him and expected him to just take it like a bitch. That didn't exactly happen. He dished it back at her, and she doesn't like that. That's the fact of the matter. Okay? And you also leave out why she only had a brief run as co-host on The View. It was because she's a crazy bitch. Ooh. Yeah, both literally and figuratively, from what it looks like, where she's virtue signaling and using identity politics and going, I'm mentally ill. Well, that would explain a lot, Rosie. For years, Trump called O'Donnell a loser and other epithets, bringing up O'Donnell's appearance as fodder in the primary debates during the 2016 presidential campaign. Whoa, okay, wait a minute. For years, Rosie kept running her mouth about Donald, and he kept responding. If she had just shut her mouth and stopped talking shit about him, he wouldn't have continued. Like, responding. Oh my God. Simple freaking concept now, isn't that? And this thing of bringing up her appearance in the primary debates, okay, she was brought up, and he brought up what he thought of her. Let's be honest. Oh, wait, you're leftists. Honesty is not in your vocabulary. For her part, O'Donnell has publicly criticized Trump and his politics for over a decade, responding in protest on Twitter and at the White House earlier this year. No, all she did was just basically personally attack him with nothing to back her on the note of, you know, actual factual stuff. It was just personal attacks. Why don't we be honest here? Because she never attacked his politics. She attacked him. Jeez. You don't expect people to actually have memories about the situation. You don't expect people to be able to go and actually look up, like with Twitter, there is, you know, you can go look up old tweets. I mean, come on now. In her first dramatic television series role, Rosie O'Donnell is taking on the topics of motherhood and mental illness, portraying Tutu, a working-class mother and grandmother living in Boston. Oh, God. As a New Englander who has been known to go to Boston, heaven fucking forbid this show goes anywhere, because I'm sure it's going to totally, like, misportray Boston. It's going to... I mean, don't get me wrong. Boston is a leftist shit show these days. But, oh, God. This is just a scary thing. I mean, this is just literally going to make Boston look even worse than what it is, I'm sure. Based on former Mr. Robot star Frankie Shaw's Sundance short film of the same name, SMILF, which premieres on Showtime on November 5th, paints a semi-autobiographical portrait of Bridget, a young single mother working and growing in the predominantly Irish Catholic Southie neighborhood of Boston. O'Donnell plays her mother. Okay? So, it's some mom I'd like to fuck. Stupid mom I'd like to fuck. What? What does SMILF stand for? I really don't care. I'm just saying. But all I gotta say is Southie. They're gonna be doing really bad Boston accents, okay, that make Matt Damon and Ben Affleck's shitty Boston accents, and they're from Boston, look good. And they are shit Boston accents. Okay, if you want to see a good Boston accent, okay, Mark Wahlberg in The Departed. Hell, in parts of his first installment in the Transformers franchise, okay, his character's supposed to be from Texas, and at points he talks like a fucking Bostonian. So, I mean, yeah. If you want an idea of a good Boston accent, there you go. So, compare that to what they're going to do here, and you're going to be like, this is complete shit. So, I'm at a loss for words, and not in a good way here with this part. I mean, it's just Irish Catholic South Boston. Oh, because you know they're going to attack the Irish Catholics, and they're going to, yeah, you just know. Because this is a feminist shit show. This really is a feminist shit show. You can just tell. Joined by Connie Britton, Shaw's story of Bridget and her family is funny and bittersweet, with a little darkness, mental illness, a possibly closeted matriarch creeping around the edges. So basically, from the sound of this, it sounds like Rosie's character Tutu is a mentally ill, psychotic mother-grandmother serial killer. Huh. This sounds like this is actually a roll up Rosie O'Donnell's alley. And let me tell you, with her walking down it, it has to be a really wide alley. Boom, boom. Anyways. I mean, anyways, just the thought of, like, the mental image, I should say, would be more appropriate, of what they're describing there is what I'm getting is Rosie O'Donnell in a closet, chef's knife, you know, like, yeah, just waiting to, like, start stabbing people, like, go, like, all Norman on them, you know, like Psycho. I'm just waiting for that. After shooting the pilot of SMILF in 2016, on what happened to be November 9, the day after the election, O'Donnell is now speaking out about the media's part in the election, her own role as a comedic and dramatic actress, and as a truth teller. Okay, the media's part in the election. Even the media's part, they did everything to try to get Hillary into office, okay? So, what was their part on the note of getting Trump in? They basically pushed Hillary so much that people woke the fuck up and don't trust the press now? Huh. And then here on the note of you being a comedic and dramatic actress, neither. You're not funny, and you don't do drama, okay? Because, you just don't. Alright, and on the note of this comedic dramatic actress, you're not even an actress, alright? If anyone wants to see what Rosie O'Donnell is, on the note of a quote-unquote actress, just watch Stakeout 2. I'm just going to forewarn you. If you're a straight man, she's in this vinyl leather-like number that will, like, scare the ever-loving shit out of you and could possibly turn you gay. I kid you not on that. It's a scary fucking thing. And, you know, even back then, oh, she's like, she lost weight. And they're like, oh, you look so good in it, like in the interviews. And no, it was fucking disgusting and scary. All right. That's, and her in it besides that. That's her acting. She's not. And her as a truth teller. Oh, really? You as a truth teller? That's kind of funny considering you lied through your teeth about your daughter. We're caught on that. You've lied through your teeth on more than a few things, and we're caught on that. So, yeah, you as a truth teller is pretty friggin' funny. What inspiration did you take from real life to inform your character on SMILF? Inform is to impart, like, information. So, unless her character is a split fucking personality in her head, she didn't inform the character of shit. Okay? She formed. As in created. Jesus Christ. You think you would have a grasp of the English, you know, language, being supposedly a writer and, you know, a reporter here. When I first saw the short, which did not have the character of Tutu in it, I was blown away by how genius and unique it was. And what an original voice. It's one day at a time with a crazy bitch being the main character. That's not unique. I mean, they just remade One Day at a Time. Let's remake it again. And with the name SMILF, you know that she's going to be a loose, fuck anything out there fucking character. Okay, because MILF, mom I'd like to fuck. Okay, slutty mom I'd like to fuck. Ah, that's what SMILF probably stands for. Slutty mom I'd like to fuck. I'm guessing that's what it stands for. I mean, if Rosie's liking this, it's going to be like, be a whore, feminazi propaganda. Oh, Jesus Christ. I said yes right away, and then we went and shot the pilot. We happened to shoot it on the day that Trump was elected, so it was kind of a wonky day and a wonky week. And you know, we didn't get picked up for like 6 months. When we did get picked up, I asked if we could reshoot the scenes with me and Frankie. Which, you're going to blame Trump, watch, for this whole 6-month thing. Well, I should say, you know, she's going to. And the reason why she's going to do that is because she can't admit that she sucks as an actress. I mean, hell, she wants to reshoot her scene, so she knows she did shitty. And she's trying to blame Trump for her own lack of acting skills. It's pretty sad and pathetic. How did the election results affect your process that day? The reason I thought we were not picked up was because I was really bad in the pilot because I was in shock. No, you were really bad in the pilot because you suck as an actress. Actor, actress, however you want to be called. I was in pure, unadulterated shock, as if I had fallen through the ice on a lake. I was underneath the water and I couldn't even see the surface. Little dramatic bitch. Trump won. It wasn't that dramatic. You're not a dramatic actress, but when it comes to virtue signaling and identity politics and trying to raise your status on that victimhood scale, you're pretty fucking dramatic. If you could just channel that shit, you might become a good dramatic actress at some point in your life. Not likely, but just saying. It was a severe shock to my entire essence and my beliefs in the order in the world, and also the PTSD of having been an abused kid in a family. Oh no! Poor Rosie! Jesus Christ! How is it a severe shock to your entire essence that a crooked bitch like Hillary didn't win? How? And PTSD, oh no! Yeah, okay. Trump getting elected triggered your PTSD. Oh, God. You are one triggered, sad, pathetic bitch, Rosie. Seriously, you are a pathetic, sad bitch. Oh, my God. And to think that The man who had abused me so viciously and with impunity for over a decade was now running the country. Oh my God. No, Rosie. You ran your mouth and kept starting shit with him. He responded. That's not abuse. What you did to him could be considered harassment. So let's be honest. You're not the victim. Deal with it. You poor, poor woman. You poor, whiny, feminazi bitch. Wah. God, she is delusional. I remember when I first met presidents, for lack of a better word. I met Jimmy Carter first at a ski event with his lovely wife and became friends with him. Then I met Teddy Kennedy, and I remember thinking of my mother, who valued John Kennedy more than the Pope. Okay, Rosie. First off, Teddy Kennedy is a murdering piece of shit who allowed a woman to die in a car that he drove off a bridge in Chappaquiddick. Maybe you heard of it, okay? And left her there to die because he didn't want to tarnish the Kennedy name or go to fucking jail, okay, for what he did, which basically led to her death. So, because he didn't want to go to jail for the lesser crime of the driving, he caused her fucking death. Real good example to bring up of such a great person. Okay? Jimmy Carter tanked the economy. Tanked it. That's why Reagan got elected. Let's leave out that little nugget of truth there. Let's leave that nugget of truth out as well. And the funny thing is when you talk about, like, JFK, when you compare Teddy Kennedy to John Fitzgerald Kennedy, that's like comparing a ton of gold to a ton of shit. A 1-ton pile of shit. A 1-ton pile of gold to a 1-ton pile of shit. Literally. That's the comparison you're making when you compare Teddy and John. If you compared Bobby and John, you'd have a good similar comparison. Good men. Teddy, not so much. John Kennedy was number 1. Jesus Christ was number 2. You know, I was sitting there with Ted Kennedy. There were these moments that I can't believe that a girl from Long Island, from an abusive family, with no mother and not a lot of money, could be in the company of these people. Look at the fucking identity politics, virtue signaling, I'm a victim bullshit right there in that sentence. Okay? There's no... Alright, all she had to say is I can't believe that a girl... believe that a girl from Long Island... from a family without a lot of money could be in the company of these people. That's all she needed to say. And that would still be virtue signaling. Because she'd be bringing up her poverty. I mean, this is... Rosie, Rosie is pathetic. You are pathetic, Rosie. It was very trippy to think that the man who is now in that job is the one who was so brutal to me for speaking the truth about him a decade ago. If he was a snake oil salesman, okay, he wouldn't have had a successful business for all those years of you talking out your ass about him. Okay, you weren't speaking the truth. You were trying to personally attack him, which you did constantly over and over and over. And he responded. Sometimes with facts, sometimes with personal attacks of his own. You just didn't like it because he dished back at you what you were dishing to him, and he did it better, and he piled more on top of you in the process. So I was in no shape to do that, and when I did see the pilot. I called Frankie to apologize and said, I'm sorry, I was so bad. And she was like, you weren't bad in this. I was like, no, I was. So when we did get picked up, I asked if I could reshoot the scenes, and they allowed me. I think that was a huge thank you to them, because I had a year of living with the reality of him. I did a lot of therapy. I wasn't in shock anymore. As much as I am devastated, disappointed, disheartened, and depressed by the reality of it, I wasn't in pure panic mode like I was that day and that week. Holy fucking shit. Rosie, you are... Jesus. She is such a delusional bitch that she's trying to play this like President Trump, becoming President Trump, being elected by the people. Is this traumatic on her? If it is, she's a crazy bitch. Holy shit, she is a crazy bitch. To try to say that created this situation, no. Okay, and the fact that you wanted to reshoot is because you knew you just sucked. Okay, not because of Trump. You just knew you sucked. You suck as an actress and you know it. Are there any political undertones that come up as themes for the rest of the season? The personal is political for Tutu, so it's not necessarily about politics. But yeah, they'll find a way to interject them in. We never discussed the president or anything like that. Oh, but they will eventually. She's living her life in her isolated bubble of Southie Boston. Kind of like you live your life in your isolated bubble there in like F-list Hollywood. Okay. I don't know that we will go into the politics of Tutu. And if we did, I'd probably think she would like him in some ways. Yeah, right. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. Sure. I don't know. But we don't do it about Trump. And I don't even think we really address the political climate of the country today. But maybe next season we will. Yeah. See, they've already got this planned out. What they want to do is establish the show, and then it's going to go all political after they get like their first season under the belt, or say like they do the first half of the season, and oh well, this is for Showtime, so it's going to be one of those short seasons. So yeah, it'll be their next season. But when you have like a 10 episode or whatever season, you're really doing a half season. So basically what they're looking at is they're going to get their initial audience, and then they're going to go all fucking political and hope people stick around. That's the sound of that. We really flesh out and define the emotional terrain of each character for this season, and I think Shaw did it really beautifully. Oh God, it's a feminazi shit show of, from what it looks like, titled "Slutty MILF I'd like to fuck." Slutty mom I'd like to fuck. That's the only thing that makes sense there. This is the type of show that they're holding up and going, oh, look at how great this is. Leech. You've made so many public comments on Trump. It's crazy that you had to film on the day after the election. It should be, you made so many crazy comments publicly about Trump. It serves you right you had to film on the day after the election. That would be more appropriate. Literally, I got out of my fitting in Boston, and as a joke I said to everyone, listen, I'll see you tomorrow on the set, unless the unimaginable happens, in which case I'll be in the Charles River. Well, why? You made a promise that you were going to leave the country. You made a promise right there that you were going to commit Harry and walk off into the Charles River. Okay? Why can't you follow through with your promises? Please, Rosie, follow through with your promises. I was making jokes. And I said to my therapist before I went, I got offered this role, but it shoots during Election Day in Boston, and it's just going to be me and the baby and the nanny. Do you think that I should go? My therapist said, a whole thing on how I can have these negative, intrusive thoughts and that I have to believe in the goodness of the world and that the worst is not always going to happen. And of course he will not be elected. Every civilized and sane person in the nation has said he will not be elected. No! Civilized and sane. Rosie, you're not civilized and sane, okay? Joy Behar, not civilized or sane, okay? God, the guy who left MSNBC and Olbermann, okay? He's lost his shit, and he's making videos in his mom's basement. Okay, mad cow. Okay, she's got mad cow disease. Okay, CNN. I think they all got syphilis and had it eat away at their brain, at their brains. So, where is this that you're talking about that every sane person in this nation, because those in Hollywood, okay, that's a VD cesspit. So between, you know, all the brain-eating diseases of the, you know, like gonorrhea and the, you know, just, yeah, syphilis and gonorrhea, you know, those kind of eat your brain, or affect your brain function. Syphilis more so. I mean, hell. You're just crazy because no one would stick their dick in you. No woman would probably go down on you unless you pay them. But yeah, we got some crazy shit going on with these people, and you're trying to like say that they're sane. Okay, these are the same people that pushed the whole Russian bullshit, and you're saying that they're sane. Yeah. Okay. Oh God. You are so pathetic, Rosie. Don't borrow trouble. Okay. Don't borrow trouble. No, face reality. That would be more accurate on her last part there. Should have been face reality. He'll probably win. Because you're in a little bubble. Then I was there and it happened. And I felt completely unprepared. I remember that night before they were announcing who had won, I saw the Trump children with their children on TV, and they were on an Instagram or something. They were taking a video going, Grandpa's going to be president. I literally felt such sorrow inside of me that these people were so deluded. What were they doing with this child to tell the baby their grandfather's going to be president? He's not going to be president. Are you out of your minds? Cut to, right? I was completely unprepared. Because you're delusional, because you're in a bubble. That's because all you people think that you dictate to the rest of the world. You don't matter, Rosie O'Donnell. Okay? She does not matter. Okay? To the majority of society, we don't give a shit about Hollywood and famous people or semi-famous people or washed-up people like in Rosie's case. We don't care. Okay? Look at the NFL right now. No one thought that people would tune out, okay, and change the channel away from the NFL. Well, have a bunch of entitled punk bitches who make millions of dollars a year take a knee during the national anthem, and then the NFL say they're going to make them stand and then go, oh, well, no, we're just not going to broadcast because those whiny little bitches, the entitled bitches said, well, we're going to strike, we're going to walk, and I would just say, fuck you, you're fired. I mean, you got other people waiting in the wings that would love to take their place. So, I mean, when you have that going on and the ratings tank with the NFL, all right, you people don't matter. What you think, what you want others to think, it does not matter because we do not care. The unimaginable truly did happen, but it happened to me in a personal manner because unbeknownst to me, for reasons I can't really still figure out, he was allowed with impunity to brutally assault me and my character for a decade. Assault your character? Whoa, bitch. You personally attacked him and assaulted his character for a decade. Talk about projecting. All he did was throw back at you what you did to him. And when he attacked your character, he had actual basis to do so. And actual, like, stuff to back up what he was saying. You, on the other hand, just talked out your ass and basically tried to make him look like the world's biggest piece of shit. No one, not the National Organization for Women, not Gloria Steinem, no one stood up and said, what the hell are you doing? Because they saw that you were dishing shit out and he was dishing it back at you. Oh my God. Could that be why? Oh, that actually is why. It was laughed about. Oh, Rosie O'Donnell and Megyn Kelly. Ha 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 ha. Let him in. We'll bring him out. Okay, Megyn Kelly ran her... Wow, Megyn Kelly is not a victim. She ran her mouth and talked shit about him. And see, you can't have your cake and eat it too and be like, well, I'm a feminist and we got to have this and women are repressed, and then talk shit and then not expect to have it talked back to you. Because that's what equality is. Doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman and doing back to you. You guys ran your mouths. He ran his back and made you look like morons. Okay? You can't then, because he made you look like morons, go, but we're women! We're the fairer sex, which is what you're trying to do, you nasty pig. Which is exactly what you're trying to do. You are disgusting. Rosie O'Donnell is a disgusting person. I love this because, I mean, look at this. Oh, Rosie O'Donnell, Megyn Kelly, haha, let him in. We'll bring him out. Watching him do the destroy Rosie O'Donnell charade in the same way he's been trying to destroy the character of everyone, from Representative Frederica Wilson to the wife of the Marine who was killed in Niger. All of these things. Excuse me? President Trump had a bunch of people on the other side of the phone call. They're all saying that didn't happen the way it went down. Okay? Sorry, Rosie, but you've got some nasty rhinestone wearing, thinks that she's in the fucking Sylvester Stallone rhinestone cowboy friggin' movie, okay? Is that the one with Dolly Parton where she teaches him to be a... Anyways, yeah. Alright, she's in one of those fucking rhinestone cowboy movies, okay? That's what she thinks. She was on her phone and wasn't even paying attention, okay? And it looks like that the family was kind of pressured. Well, he's against you. They played the black card. See, they played identity politics. That's what it looks like in my personal opinion. Because I don't believe with what Trump has said, how things went, and what she said, and what the congresswoman said, because she ran her mouth and then had to walk shit back. I don't believe their side of it as much as I believe the other side. Sorry, Rosie. Full of shit. He's debasing the character of James Comey. Oh, you mean the crooked fuck who was involved in the illegal Russian uranium deal? Okay, Rosie. You mean that scumbag? Okay. There is no one he won't attack or debase. Oh, no. There's no one he won't attack or debase that's crooked or guilty or sleazy or slimy. Kind of like yourself. When you go after him, don't expect him to not, go after you. Don't expect him to just sit there. That's what you expected, though. Your own stupidity, bitch. You are pathetic. When it was only me in that arena, it was a very lonely, isolated, and depressing place to be. If you shut your fucking mouth, he would have stopped firing back at you. Ooh, how hard of a concept is that to grab? I don't get it. Even though people say, oh, you started it. Well, I actually told the truth about him on a show where my job is to talk about pop culture. You didn't call him out for a business practice or anything like that. You just ran your mouth, about him. Let's be honest here, Rosie, because you're talking about how you're on a show where you're supposed to be talking about pop culture, okay? What I said, he threatened to sue me, and you can't sue someone if they tell the truth, right? What's the truth? He was bankrupt 4 times. He got his money from his father. He never pays his contractors. He has a dubious moral character. Okay, first off, he was never personally bankrupt. His companies? Yeah, but You file for bankruptcy, you reorganize. You're going to say, go after GM for that? Say, oh, well, they filed for bankruptcy. You end up coming out. He ended up, and he admits it, he came out on top because of how our bankruptcy laws are written. That's a standard business practice. It wasn't like he was out of money. And he only got a loan from his father that he paid back. It wasn't like he got handed the money. He never pays his contractors. No, there are a couple contractors that there's questions over the work and payment and stuff like that. It's not all of them. He doesn't have dubious moral character. He just doesn't have the moral character of you where, you get no problem with someone killing a baby the day before they're supposed to give birth. Okay? Because he doesn't have your set of morals. You think he has no moral character. And it's funny when someone believes shit like that, okay, thinks that a crooked bitch should be in the White House because she's a woman, okay, it's funny when you got those things going on and you're talking about moral character because you have none. Rosie O'Donnell, you got none. These are things that were not hard to find, yet the media refused to print them a decade ago. Because they basically are like, you're blowing them out of proportion. The bankrupt 4 times, yeah, that was actually reported on. Okay? He got a loan from his father. That was actually reported on. Okay? He never pays his contractors. Is a complete lie. Okay? Because there are only certain contractors that have had issue with payment. Not all of them. And this dubious moral character is a personal opinion about him. And when he started to run, they all went in their turtle shells and acted like they had no idea that this was the essence of this man. When they only turned on Wikipedia, they could have found out everything that we know is fact, and we wouldn't have him as president if they had done their jobs. Rosie, first off, Wikipedia is your source. Wikipedia is like a source that'll get you failed in college. Okay, now also, they didn't put their heads in their little turtle shells and act like they had no idea. Okay, this has been proven. All the media did was attack Trump, which is part of the reason why he won, because the people went, well, shit, if all this corrupt establishment press and Hollywood and all you pieces of shit, okay, if you don't like him, maybe we should. That's what happened. Deal with the truth, bitch. You created the situation. Because people were sick of things going in your direction. So if you don't like him, we're going to like him. Because we're done dealing with your shit. I wonder if your role as a comedian has something to do with so many people not taking you seriously a decade ago. And now with your role on this show, which is not necessarily comedic though, there are moments of levity. How do you balance your role as a comedian with being a truth teller and dramatic actress as well? Oh my God. Okay, first off, she was never really a comedian because she wasn't that funny. Okay? She never really was that funny. You want to see the extent of how funny she can be? And the reason why she only had a short time in Hollywood, really? Just watch Stakeout 2. I present that and rest my case on that note. Okay? And this whole thing of balancing her role as a comedian with being a truth teller and dramatic actress, first off, as we said, she's not a comedian. Okay? She's not a comedic actress. She's not a truth teller because she's talked out her ass. She lied, like, for example, her daughter, she lied through her teeth. Tried to make it look like the daughter's the crazy bitch, and she turned out to be the crazy bitch. So, okay, that's 2 that are knocked out. And then dramatic actress. If you've seen the drama in Stakeout 2 that she was doing, you'd see she's not that either. Because there are a couple scenes where there is drama going on. And she's not a dramatic actress. I haven't done any interviews since he's been elected. Because no one wanted to talk to you. They went, the bitch is crazy. We don't want to give her a platform. But because you got this new show, they gave you a platform. And because this bitch is a feminazi leftist like you, we got this fictitious shit show. Today's the first day of doing interviews. I haven't been on television doing interviews since he's been elected. So when I do press for the show, that will be the first time. It has taken me a full year to integrate the reality of him being president in a way that I don't come across as either so full of rage that no one can hear my words or so sad that I can't articulate the level of pain. Oh my God, Rosie, virtue signaling, victimhood. Oh my God. Fade away. If this is so traumatic, you've got more money than you have sense. Go off. Go to Europe. Go to some tropical island. Go buy some tropical island. Live your life. Leave us alone. You said you were going to leave the United States. Follow through. Oh my God. It has taken a year for me to get my equilibrium back. To come back up to the surface. To really go, okay, every Monday is the hope that this is the last week. And every Friday is a devastation. Wow. You actually sit there every Monday and go, this is a new week. Maybe he'll get his ass kicked out. You are fucking crazy. You are seriously delusional, crazy, psychotic bitch. Like you are you're unique. That's you. There are people who tell me, oh, it's going to be another year, another 2 years. And I seriously, whether I personally will be able to live through this, his presidency, and whether the nation will be able to live through it and survive. Well, considering GDP is higher than when it was with Obama, Clinton, Baby Bush. Yeah, I think the country's going to do fine financially. With people working and being, the lowest it's been in a long time for people on food stamps. It's lower than it's been ever with Obama. Things like that. I think people are going to be just fine, Rosie. You, on the other hand, I think you're looking at a padded room. Someplace where they can put you in a jacket with these extra long sleeves that have straps on them that they can wrap around your back. Because you really belong in the nut house. It's a terrifying concept on the brink of nuclear war with a madman in charge. Yeah, you're right. There is a madman in charge of North Korea pushing for nuclear war. Oh, wait. No, you mean Trump. Who's trying to defend this country from a little psychopath who wants to nuke California, where you happen to live. Huh. You know what? I say he just let them nuke California. That would be an improvement, okay? A radioactive wasteland. Okay, Los Angeles as a radioactive wasteland would be an improvement from where it is today. Just saying. So, yeah, if you don't want him to intervene, we'll let little Rocket Man nuke you. Nuclear wasteland sounds, would definitely be an improvement in California compared to Los Angeles being what it is now. Fine by me. And the ineptitude, the impotence of people who should be able to stop him claiming they can't. It's absolutely infuriating. So you want people to basically commit a coup and stop him from, oh my God, bitch, you are crazy. You are fucking nuts. You want them to basically violate the Constitution, the rule of law, and take over the country. Here we have it, people, where Rosie truly stands. She wants a coup because she did not get her way. She started shit with Trump. He would respond in kind to her, dishing shit out to him. And because he responded with facts over feelings and was better at trolling than she is, she's trying to claim the victim and trying to act like because she started shit with him and how he responded in kind is disqualifying him for president and he should just be removed. This is the delusional state of the left. Rosie O'Donnell is the poster child for it. She really is. And all I gotta say is I hope this slutty mom I'd like to fuck show tanks. Because SMILF, SMILF, whatever the hell it is, slutty MILF, slutty mom I'd like to fuck, with her on it, it's good. I mean, you can attract men in with slutty mom I'd like to fuck. All right. But the second they see Rosie O'Donnell and it goes limp, the guys are going to tune out. So all you're going to have is the feminazis watching this. And they're going to be like, oh, empowering. So, yeah. But we've got a delusional bitch on a show with feminazis, and yeah, this is just a shit show. But this just goes to show Rosie O'Donnell's delusional state and her victimhood and trying to stay relevant. And the reason why I got into this is because I wanted to show this is how the left is almost a year later. Okay, we are literally almost at the 1 year mark since he was elected. And this is the type of shit that's still going on. It's disgusting. These people think that they matter, and they don't. And they're gonna and they're flailing. It's literally to a point where, you know, they're kibbying, they're flailing. There's that last bit of life, but they're trying to be like the knight who keeps losing limbs and stuff like that in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It's like, you know. It's like, you know, he's had his arm, you know, her arms, their legs, all that chopped off. They're on the ground going, it's like, I will fight you. I will hold the sword in my mouth. Yeah, I mean, that's the type of shit that they're doing. I mean, they're literally like, if it was a guy with no arms and no legs laying on the ground, you know, his name would be Matt type situation. And yet they're still delusional like this. Anyway, I think I've covered this well enough. I mean, I'm already 46 minutes in on this. So I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.